Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rock and Review is so thrilled to bring back on award-winning country music singer, entertainer, radio host. He does a lot of cool things. Tracy Lawrence, thanks for coming back on the Rock and Review.
Thank you. It's great to see you again, my friend. Always a pleasure.
It's great to see you too. I wish we were back in studio, but this will have to do, especially, I've been listening to your latest album, Hindsight 2020 Volume 2, and I got to tell you, Tracy, my favorite cuts on there are the ones with acoustic guitar only and your voice.
Really? Well, I like those two. I thought they were a nice addition to add, and we're trying to put two on each of those packages of things that we've had, and I thought they were nice compliments to the full blown production records, because I love the acoustic versions too.
I do, for me, and once again, country radio does not call up Eric Dahl and go, what songs do you like the best? But I like it because I've always been a fan of your voice. Ever since you hit the scene, you had such a unique tonality and interpretation. You bring such energy, but to me, just having the acoustic guitar as your platform, it really lets you and the song shine in there.
And that's the real magic of what country music has always been about to me. It's all about the song, the lyric. You should be able to strip that thing down, and that song should be able to hold itself up. You should really be able to get the message out of it. And I'm sure a lot of people have done this, and I won't mention names, but there are other genres of music where I've gone through, and if you'll pull the lyric up to a pop song, it's a little sketch. I think country songwriters are true poets, and I think they're some of the last American poets in the world. And I'm always fascinated by like what Bobby Braddock can do with The Time Marches On, and be able to close your eyes and just see the picture and touch the tapestry and taste the taste and smell the smells. I mean, that to me is what the craft of a really good songwriter is all about.
Well, and I think for the songs that you've chosen and been a part of too, Tracy, to where it's, they create such imagery, and just like you've done, even without the great videos that you've had as well with these, it's like you listen to the lyrics and like you said, you can picture it in your mind, exactly what you're singing about. And I think that makes it all the better.
Without a doubt. But I love being around really good players. I've been blessed to be surrounded by them on the road for many years, and we're talking about volume 2 of this right now. This whole collection is celebrating my 30-year journey in the music business. Right. 30 years ago in 1991 in May, I cut my first album called Sticks and Stones. So this is celebrating that. I'm just finishing up volume 3. I wrote this little swing song called Drank Through It, not Drink Through It, Drank Through It. Yeah. And Mike Rojas is a phenomenal piano player, and I've played with him off and on in the studio for years. He played some stuff on this swing record that just, I was like, oh, what just happened? And I love it when those moments happen that are really so special that they just knock you back in your seat. It's like, that was so good, it just blew me away.
Well, and your band, I've told you this, and I've seen you in concert a number of times, even back, at the CMO Fair back in Cape Girardeau and the Sykeston Rodeo over the years, but also here in Nashville, Municipal Auditorium and Cabaret. But your band, the musicians that you bring along to support your music, Tracy, are just ridiculous.
Well, I've been very blessed to have a lot of great guys around me, and we have a good time on the road. We enjoy what we do, and I think that's a big part of it. And I hope I never fall into that trap. As you get older, I've been singing a song like Sticks and Stones for 30 years, and you do tend to get a little bit burnt out. But I think the pandemic and being off for a year has rejuvenated me, and I don't ever want to fall into that category where I'm just kind of phoning it in. Right. And I hope that I can continue to keep that focus as long as I continue to tour out there, because the fans deserve that, and I always want to give them everything I've got, and that to me includes surrounding yourself with the best caliber of players that you can put around you, because it's a whole muscle coming off the front of that stage, and when everybody's firing on the stage at the same time, it can be pretty special.
Well, the last time I saw you at Municipal Auditorium too, it's like, and once again, the whole place was sold out. People were going crazy and just loving your songs and singing along. But one of the testaments to you was that you give all of your musicians in the band a chance to shine. Absolutely. And so, you let them step out and you step back.
And I enjoy that part of it, because I had to realize a long time ago, it's kind of like my golf game. I love golf, but I'm never going to play on tour. And I realized that God gave me this, but it didn't come down here. There's a lot of things that just didn't quite, I just never kind of got to that place. But I have so much respect for the talent and the dedication. a guy that chooses to take up the fiddle or the violin as a kid, that's a lot of closet time. It takes years to be able to play at that level. And great guitar players and still guitar players, man, still guitar players put hours and years into that. And I have a lot of true, genuine respect for those guys.
I got to bring this up too. Once again, it's so great having you on a show and talking with you. But you do so much humanitarian work, also, Tracy, including your mission that you do with the turkey fry and everything. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have served over 84,000 meals with this, and you're looking at expanding it into other markets, also.
This will be our 16th year for Mission Possible. And we try to cook about 500 or so turkeys every year, as much as the Michigan process, and they serve plates of food, several different outreach programs. We have aligned with a couple of other missions like Dallas Life and Louisville and things. The hard part about that for me was I was doing stuff in Nashville, and then I'd get on a plane early the next day and go to Dallas, and I'm doing this and that. I had to realize that there's only one of me and I can't do all that. So I've had to kind of back up a little bit. And I think COVID and everything that's gone on here has made me realize that there's so much more need right here in our Nashville community. That's not to say that we're still not providing resources and doing things to help these other places out, and we'll continue to do so. But my heart's right here in Middle Tennessee. And I think there's a lot of need here, and it's growing all the time. Our homeless population, it's all over the city.
Yes.
And I really want to dedicate more of my time here to doing more for this community and not get too distracted. But if we can motivate some other people to do the same things in their city, then God bless them, because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Once again, it warms my heart every time we have you, on Fox 17 News, and seeing you out there with the people, cooking the turkeys, and you're just loving life and helping people here in the Nashville community. And I think, it means so much. And like you said, with, taking care of home, taking care of the people here, I look forward to seeing you being a part of that. And it's just such great work that you do with it.
It's been so wonderful seeing that become a part of the Nashville culture. And, I've been here so long, and I truly love this city, and I love being a part of the music community. I always have. It's always been something that I really treasure, and I hope I continue to be able to do a lot of this for a long time, because it's just fun. And I think Nashville is one of the greatest cities in the country, and I get to travel all over the place. I've been to every place in the United States, lots of places in Europe and around the world. Nashville, I've seen it grow and thrive, and I've seen it evolve and change, and I just think it's such a world-class city, and to continue to be a part of it, and to know where it came from, and to see the history of it and the evolution and where it's at and where it's heading to is really exciting for me.
I love the new album, Hindsight 2020 Volume 2. It's out now. All the songs are just amazing. The two acoustic are the best. But when do you think the third volume will be coming out as well? Because I can't even believe that we're talking about 30 years of your music career, because when you're on stage, you still perform like a 25-year-old.
I'm a little disappointed about the place that we're at right now. Our plan was to have Volume 3 out this year. We just went through a COVID round. I had 4 band guys, a couple of bus drivers, both my children, myself. We've all kind of been through this. So I was scheduled to have this project finished up the first part of September, but things had to be put on hold. I just got vocals done. I just got 2 mixes in. I'm waiting on 3 more mixes. So it looks like, because of that being pushed back, Volume 3 will be out, I think, the 3rd week of January next year. We really wanted all of it to come out this year.
Oh, yeah.
But the situation just has limited us from being able to do that. So I hate that happened, but it'll be out right after the holidays.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the current album that's out right now is, I think so many of your fans, and I know myself included as one of those, it's great music. It's so relatable, and the lyrics and your delivery on that. And I can't wait to hear, the 3rd installment of this trilogy of Tracy Lawrence. I want to make sure too, for our viewers, they know where to go to find the radio show, to find the music, to come your tour, because obviously once everybody gets healed up, you'll be back on the road, and for Mission Possible. Tracy, where should they go to keep up with all things Tracy Lawrence?
TracyLawrence.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. All the radio stations, all of our affiliates are listed on TracyLawrence.com. We air Sunday mornings on WSM-AM here in Nashville, is one of my affiliates, which has such a broad reach.
Oh yeah.
We are out touring. We just had 3 shows with Justin Moore this past week. We're working on some big tour opportunities for next year, which we'll be disclosing in the very near future. But all that information, we do still carry some physical goods. I know a lot of people are phasing them out, but you can find us on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Pandora, all that stuff, YouTube. But you can still order physical goods, either catch us at a live show or order from TracyLawrence.com. So they're all there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the album is great. I love your radio show. And as a citizen of Nashville, I can't thank you enough for what you do with Mission Possible, helping the homeless and feeding people. Over 84,000 meals served already, and there's going to be more coming in November. Tracy Lawrence, it's a pleasure to have you on the Rockin' Review, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Eric. Always a pleasure, my friend. God bless.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.